Well, I hope this video finds you well. We're on day 9 now. Well, in this distro challenge, this is the end of the first week. Life's kind of gotten in the way for a few things, but we completed a week, so we're going to give ourselves that much. And I'm going to run my little tool, which tells me how many days. You can see right there. It's been 9 days. And what are my thoughts so far? Well, that's kind of interesting because I got to talk about day 4. So day 3 was going pretty well. I hadn't used the laptop a whole lot. I'd replaced the CMOS battery, which thankfully seems to have at least partially solved the battery draining problem this laptop has, so I might be able to travel with it here in the coming few weeks, which will be nice. And as a result, I was feeling pretty confident. Woke up day 4, first thing in the morning, was having my coffee, and did a zipper dup, figured, hey, you know what, I'll just go ahead and upgrade my system. I did figure out an applet in my system tray that'll do it for me, so I don't even have to pull up the terminal if I don't want to, which is just nice. Thumbs up the KDE developers for having that one. At least I'm assuming it's the KDE developers. It's a software updater. It goes to a KDE panel, so if I go to software updater. Oh, you know what? Here it is. So let me go back to my face, and I'm going to hide my face for a moment because here in this little hidden area there's this thing called software updates, and it doesn't show anything right now, but this little thing will pop up. You configure it however you want. You go into system settings here. I just changed it to weekly. It was doing daily, which I suppose for Tumbleweed's probably fine. I'm only going to update once a week because you can't bother me to do anything more than that. But you can do monthly, and I even say check for updates on battery because I don't care about checking for updates. It's running them on battery that could be a problem. And so that's pretty cool. So that's kind of cool to me. I don't have to even open the terminal if I don't want to, which I appreciate, having GUI options for things. I know you can do the terminal. I know a lot of terminal commands. Not everybody wants to use the command line. That's why I'm trying to write my own Swiss Army knife toolbox to sort of get around this problem. Because there are distros I wouldn't mind running that don't have the GUI tools. I'd at least like a TLI, terminal user interface, or TUI I guess it's called, to do that. So anyway, here I am having my coffee, and lo and behold, I do a system update, and I woke up to something that I figured would happen, but not this early. I figured this would be years down the road, because I'm not planning on removing Susie from this laptop anytime soon. If it breaks, I'll wipe and reinstall it. For now, it's working. I think even beyond the challenge, I'm probably going to keep it. Susie's a very interesting distro to me, and Patterns is just, so good. But there's some other gripes I have that I'll get into towards the end of the challenge. But I woke up to this giant wall of text saying that it could not upgrade due to package conflicts, and I'm like, oh crap. So I don't remember if I put it in the video. I'm pretty sure in my first video I showed a little bit where in the beginning I was trying to install multimedia codecs. I'm going to see how this works, but I've already got an issue with codecs for whatever reason, but I did a bad thing. I didn't know any better, and there's a particular gentleman in the LinuxCast Discord that pointed this out to me. Thank you, Zioneth. But if you watched the video, you were a big help. I really appreciate it. You taught me a lot about Susie I couldn't have learned from just reading the documentation. You're doing the whole RTMF thing. I I appreciate that he was very kind, sat down with me for about 20 minutes, and we got all this sorted out. But I get hit with this Linus wall, and I'm like, oh no. I'm going to get Linused. It's going to remove my entire desktop environment. That's actually what it was trying to do. And I tried going through these like 1, 2, 3, retry, cancel options, and if you canceled, nothing happened. So the system didn't update. If you did any of the 1 through 4s, you were stuck in this infinite loop of trying to get out of this issue. And then, of course, delete or cancel would just also put you in an infinite loop of it couldn't ignore these packages because it's FFmpeg, and that's used in a lot of software, particularly like here where I'm recording with OBS. It's just needed. Like, you don't... yeah, it's a problem. And in that recording, and I'll see if I can't highlight it, you'll note in this little window I have here, it talks about this thing called Maxed SUSE. So when I chose to do that special repo to get OBS working with FFmpeg and the media codecs, I apparently accidentally added a repository I didn't know from the Open Build service. And that repository, as I've been told, is incredibly unstable and shouldn't be used. For a production system, you're just going to have a bad time. And I didn't know this. So here I am sitting with a broken system, and lo and behold, I don't have a ton of footage or anything. I didn't record any of this. I should have. Turned OBS on and just started going through it. But it was early in the morning. I was still having coffee, and I'm like, ah, crap. So I came back to it later in the day. I posted a support request in the Discord help desk going, hey guys, I'm doing a zipper dup and I did something stupid. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. I'm reading this wall of text, but it's saying it wants to remove my desktop environment. It's a total Linus situation, and
I will definitely need Steam. Failed to install Steam. Warning,
No,
you're
don't
trying
do
to
it.
remove the following essential packages. And I have to type, yes, do as I say, in order to...
I really don't want to reinstall my system on day 4. And, you know, Zenith came by and was like, absolutely, dude, yeah, zipper doesn't break your system unless you've been messing with some repos, and it looks like you've added this maxed SUSE repo, which is a whole big no-no. And so he walked me through. There were some extra commands to list out my repos, even if you go into Yast itself. So like if I go into Yast software, and it'll take a moment here. It's got to initialize some things and scan. But inside Yast software is this really cool functionality that lets you, much like on Linux Mint, how you have a GUI ability to take a look at repositories, you can do the same thing in Yast. And you'll note right now, in fact I'll full screen to make it a little bit easier to see, I had down here, it was actually somewhere around here, the Max SUSE repo. So I just needed to delete it. I literally clicked on it, clicked the delete key, got rid of it, clicked refresh here in the corner, and then my system was going, okay, I don't have that repo anymore. I've got these 90-some packages that now I don't know what to do with because that repo's no longer there. It's going, okay, I need some help. And that guy walked me through. Even go to my help desk. Tech support, that's what it's called. There were some other things we talked about. But yeah, zipper after some hand-holding. So what he had me do, after we'd gotten all the repositories cleaned up, and posted all these screenshots, and of course it's just gnarly. So yeah, once we got those repos removed, it is zipper refresh. Zipper says, ah, okay, I know what to do now. you're missing you're missing these repositories now. And so it basically asked me, the package manager equivalent of, what do you want me to do with these packages that are upgraded that now would need to be downgraded in order to match the main SUSE repositories? And he said, okay, just go ahead and tell it to manually downgrade those packages. And that's pretty much what we did. Once we managed to downgrade all those packages, sure, it took a while. It was about 20-30 minutes there. I didn't know if my system was going to recover. And then Zipper popped up and was like, all right, I figured it out. I'm good. You've now got, I think it was like 190 some updates, and 96 packages are going to be downgraded to match these repository packages. Are you good with that? And I said, hell yes. Push the Y button and press enter. We're doing this right now. And Zipper figured the rest out. You know, it took, again, 5-10 minutes go by and it recovered. So very impressive in my point of view here, and system's still running all these days later. Other than that, it's been pretty dead. I haven't used this laptop a lot this week, I'll admit. I've been pretty busy with home projects and that going on. So, but at the same time, I picked this laptop 2 or 3 times during the week, just browsed the internet, and when it asked me for some updates, I said, sure, why not? While I'm browsing, you can be updating. So far, not too bad. I do have some gripes, and I'll get into it at the very end of what I recommend Opensuse. I want to do a final video to wrap all this up. But it's just kind of one of those things, you know? I don't know. Right now, I don't know. Right now, I would say probably. Seems okay with me. But one of the issues I have with it is how it treats Discover, the software store. So, like, my system here, and I pull up Discover. And it's going to take a moment to load up. But right now, yeah, you see this too. I go into settings, nowhere in here are any of my SUSE sources. So, okay, so it does do it. That is weird. That hasn't been working. And that was one of my complaints, is that for whatever reason, however Discover hooks into SUSE's repos is very weird. Like here, I've got OSS, I've got main repos, I've got multimedia, all of that, even the OPI package that I installed. Why is this here now? You just saw a moment ago it was missing. And Discover never pops up for updates or whatnot. It's always the software applet or Zipper itself. I can command to do it. So Discover don't work too good. And I was told by the one gentleman that also helped me unbrick my system that that's always been a thing, and to just use the terminal to update Zipper, or, you know, Zipper Dup works every single time. That's what he uses. So, you know, maybe it's a thing where a lot of people that run SUSE don't worry about that so much, but it's something I like. You know, I like having the ability to update my system graphically, because this is not 1996 anymore. I like being able to push buttons, because sometimes I don't even know what buttons to push if they're not there for me. So, end of the day, we're past day 7, we're past the first week. System's working. I'm going to be traveling with it, and I will record a little bit while I'm gone. But I'm going to update the system before I leave, and then for 2 weeks I'm not going to touch it. There aren't going to be any updates or anything, and we'll come back after all that and see if I can update it, because that's one thing Arch always got me with, is you can update the system every month, but if I waited more than a week, the system would just become spaghetti. So I want to see what happens now with SUSE if I don't update the system for 2 weeks because I'm busy, I'm doing a project, I'm traveling, I don't want to do anything, and we'll see where it goes from there. So we'll see. If you like the video, and if you want to see more content, I plan on doing more distro long hauls eventually. For right now, it's just going to be the SUSE, then I'm going to turn back. I've got some other laptops and stuff I want to get around to, and some other mini projects, including me building a small footage server to take some strain off my Synology and things like that. So not anything crazy, but I do want to get back to doing some other content. This has been fun, and I really do enjoy these distro challenges, and I'll probably join in from time to time. So, and as I do, you all will find out, and I'll be curious to see in the comments what you all suggest, because I'll probably go into Matt's server again and throw it down on the table like that one. If I can find a clip of it. Like that one Western where he puts $5,000 down on the table and on black and has him spin because he's got a gambling problem. That's pretty much what I'm doing with distro long hauls right now, is I'm just walking in the room, slapping the laptop on the table and going, alright, what distro am I running now? So, cheers. I'll see you guys in the next video.